As dictator of Town State Entertain, I blew it. Town State Leisure. I am most welcoming you to the beta examination that you will be joining us. We hope you are enraptured with all the incredible, amazing
Cantaloupe Unleashed
and
begins today.
And Cantaloupe Unleashed begins today. So, welcome all. Beta 1 is finally here. It's been a long ass ride, much longer than we obviously expected back in 2013. But as I said in the email that you folks hopefully have seen by now, we have a lot to show for it. I mean, if you go back to the Kickstarter, you can see where we said then one of the big goals for the game was to have 500 people in a battle and have 30 frames a second. We've already blown through that in terms of both backers and bots in the game. And we're still in alpha. Yeah. I mean, we're in an alpha engine.
I mean, I'm going to give NVIDIA a little bit of credit.
Oh, sure.
You know, we probably got from 40 FPS to 60 FPS just thanks to being late enough for the GeForce 10 series to be out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, we are delivering on our promises, and stuff works.
Yeah, and that's only, again, that's for an unoptimized engine. So, you know, guys on the GeForce got 1080 Ti last night were reporting 220 FPS. That was pretty ridiculous. So to those who are coming in with that machine, we thank you so much. It makes us smile. But the important thing is, hey, we're in beta. We're going to be opening up in 20 minutes. Official time, 24 minutes. But we always like to open just a little bit ahead of time. The Alpha and IT folks have been in testing for the last, about hour and change. And we've got another version that, actually not another version, we're just spinning the servers back up now. So you'll be able to jump in very quickly. So having said that, going to keep this nice and short and sweet for me. We want to thank all of you backers, old and new, who so many have joined us in the last 2 months.
Yeah, like look at this hat. Just look how beat to crap this hat is. I was wearing this hat during the Kickstarter, so it's basically retired, but I've brought it out of retirement for one last hurrah here.
I wasn't wearing this hat.
Yeah, the Town State Leisure hat.
But we really want to, again, thank you all for your patience. Thank you all, for your support. The team here knows how proud I am of them for all the work they put in, not only over, these last 5 years, but over the last month. Obviously, we got hurt kind of big time by GDPR stuff. We said we lost 3 weeks of testing, and that's what you guys have seen. We've tested just a bit above those 3 weeks, not many days above it, but just a couple days above it, and we're in beta 1. And we're really happy and really excited about what's to come over the next few months. We have some pretty big changes, coming down the pipe. Everything from UI to the 64-bit client. So we're really excited about that. I hope you folks are as well.
Yeah.
It
may, because we've had so many people in for so much testing, this may be a little bit anticlimactic because, you guys are, except for a very, very small punch list, there was a release candidate build on the servers, this weekend. And that is a little bit of an insight into, the normal process of software development because, behind the scenes, like there's not a massive complete turnaround or complete reversal or ground up totally earth-shaking change from one day to the next. And because we're so transparent and give you guys a peek behind the curtain, it's, it's been 1 day since the last release candidate build. Like here's the 12 things that are checked off different in that, and they're all like super low risk things that above all, do no harm and don't break that build. Uh, and even in the office, it's a little bit anticlimactic here because it's like, yeah, it's same thing we did yesterday, just letting more people in, and that is a testimony to doing the right thing, honestly. But I think a lot of people in here don't actually realize, like, it doesn't feel to a lot of people here like, oh my god, it's this big milestone, even though it is. So I want to say to everyone on the team, dude, we did it. You should be excited, even though we're mostly just tired. But
A lot of tired.
yeah,
A lot of tired. And we are excited. I'm excited. I know Andrew is. We all are. And there's a bit of tiredness going in as well because of the crunch that we were in to make sure that we could deliver this in July. So look, 16 minutes until we're going to definitely open up the servers. So let's get to some questions. We'll want to speed through this because we want to be there when the doors open.
actually, there's before we do questions,
Sure.
there's something I'd like to do.
Sure.
Everyone who was here for the original Kickstarter, Michelle, Sandra, Cross, come over here. Come over here. Tim, Dave, get over here. No.
No, let them do it. No, let them do it.
Okay. Not you, Tyler.
No, I know.
Yeah. So,
We're not going to do that right now. The guys that
Okay.
we need are making sure we can get Beta 1 up. So maybe in a few minutes. I know where Andrew's going with this. We'll get that at the end, right before questions, because that way Tim and company can make sure they're doing what they're doing. So go ahead, guys. Let's go. 10 minutes of questions. Only great questions
All right.
and short ones.
Caladex asks, what differences will there be between today and yesterday's test?
None.
Let's see.
few small bug fixes.
Lots of people want to know if we're going to shave the beard live.
I'm gonna set the bar for shaving the beard on when I watch a giant tower collapse and crush a bunch of people.
And that is coming in the first 90 days.
Yeah. Turning building destruction back on is it needs a little bit of love, but yeah, that's kind of my personal bar for when I am happy.
Mikitso6 asks, how are you guys celebrating this milestone?
Well, we're actually going to be opening some mead that backers sent us at noon. And then, depending on how things go, going to take everyone out to lunch maybe. And certainly we're going to have a real party sometime, I assume, next week. Want to make sure everybody's here. We got some folks going on vacation this weekend. So as soon as everyone is around, we're going to go out and celebrate properly.
Yeah.
In the town, state, leisure way.
Except for people who, have to stare at the server and scream.
Yeah.
And thank you to Paladin Brewer and Sword of the Dragon for that Camelot mead.
Yeah. The server is actually powered 2/3 by electrons, 1/3 by Tim screaming at it continuously.
Trexcapades asks, can we stream Beta 1 today?
No, you cannot. It's on the Beta 1 testing document. We are still under an NDA. We will be lifting the NDA at various points during beta with different amounts of a lift. So some tests will be open for streaming. Other tests won't be open at all.
Briar C asks, will B1D1 be up for 24 hours?
Yep, that's the plan.
And then we're going to take a break from the constant 24-hour testing that we've been doing for the last few days, and put together a small punch list, and then we'll be open again this weekend. But you should expect, now that we're out of this one push, we're going to try and make tests into events. When it's 24/7, the population gets spread out, and what we really want to do is consolidate it more into, okay, everybody this time so we can have something truly epic happen by, channeling everyone into one time slot.
Tinnis asks, I assume we will now be weekend-centric testing.
Correct. For the Beta 1 folks, yes, there'll be still Alpha and IT tests during the week and the occasional invite to Beta 1s for that. We'll also be inviting Beta 2s for some of the Beta 1 testing, just as we did Beta 1s for Alpha testing.
Doulos OG asks, what feature are you both most excited about for Beta?
Yeah, this may seem weird. I am most excited about one of the new scenarios that's more than deathmatch. It's this big thing with lots of control points, lots of NPC fighters that come in. I think that has the potential to be something really, really interesting. I know a lot of people were just like, deathmatch, 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 I want to kill stuff. And, ironically, I'm wearing the Doom shirt today. But, yeah, I think that's going to be something that is going to long-term turn into a lot of interesting strategy as people really get their teeth into that. And it's something that hasn't had a lot of visibility outside of Alpha, but once you guys really get a piece of that, you're going to love it.
For me, it's building destructibility. Can't wait to have siege engines hocking fireballs and stuff at walls and watching them degrade and then fall down.
Lion's Share asks, when is combat going to start being iterated on?
Well, if you mean iterated from a design sense, Ben and I will start focusing on that again in the coming weeks. In terms of code, we'll let you know also in a couple weeks.
Garain asks, I haven't been much in the testing. Will there be a quantity of gameplay in the game with lore, etc. to begin with?
Well, certainly a quantity of gameplay. Lore, very little at this point. More lore will come in as we go to certain scenarios, as well as we move through Beta 1.
Open Source Society asks, where can I buy those sweet shirts?
Which ones? These I got at, it was either a Walmart or a Kmart in Hawaii a decade ago. Andrew?
This one came from the Bethesda store. They have a website. I think this exact shirt is not in there anymore, but they have some other cool Doom shirts. It's really cool, black on black one that's matte gray and shiny gray, and it's
nice.
Cool. But
Dampile asks, in your opinion, will this game give me the same good PvP feels as old Dark Age?
Different, because look, and this is true whether you play Dark Age as your first or main PvP MMO, or people who played WoW for their first PvE MMO. It's hard to get that same feeling, but we're going to have different feelings. We have building destructibility, which we didn't have in Dark Age. We have so many things that are different from Dark Age.
Character collision.
I mean,
that completely changes the dynamic when, you can have your tanks actually form a shield wall in front of your archers. That's a totally different game instead of just turning on stuck or turning on follow and just being running through dudes.
Yep. And so there's going to be so many things that are different. But do we hope it gives you that same love of RVR and PvP? Absolutely. Absolutely. We're doing it in a different way because tech is different. Let's face it, we couldn't do the things that we're doing now 20 years ago. That you just could not do it.
PieGod asks, I have a question as an interested gamer in your product. Can I still buy into Beta 1? And if I buy into Beta 1, does that give me access to future betas?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the store is open. We haven't changed the tiers yet. We'll be changing them in around 30 days. We'll give you notice before we make changes. But yeah, you could buy a tier today. Well, Lord knows people have. Today has been, so far, a very busy day.
Come in, kill each other.
Are we looking to close down questions
soon? Yeah, a couple more minutes.
Well, Pachamos asks, how does it feel going from a small engine test on a Mac to where you are now?
Tiring, very tiring, and fun, and lovely. I mean, as I said in the email, it's been a long road, a torturous road at times, but it's been a hell of a ride, and it's now just going to get more exciting.
Yeah, being able to, I mean, there's still code from that in the game. The horribly named Camelot Unchained network test, I'm so sorry. We hadn't slept in weeks.
Yeah, that was bad.
when we did that. But yeah, like it's kind of an inevitability almost of just, this is here, and clearly it leads to here, and it's, persistence of time, and it almost feels like, every day is one drop of water on the stone that has finally been worn away.
Well said.
That would be a nice place to
That's
end.
a nice place to end.
All right.
That's fantastic. So look, folks, welcome to Beta 1. The servers should be open in about 5 minutes for a slightly early access. Again, on behalf of myself and everybody here at CSE, thank you so much, as always, for your patience. Thank you for your support. It is going to be a really interesting remainder of the year with all the technical changes and design changes going in. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Andrew?
I'm probably the thing I'm, even more than building, the thing I am most looking forward to is adding in some of the magic using classes. Our earlier tests before we sort of rebooted the skill system, those were what added a lot of very dynamicness, even to, even if you weren't playing one, it made the way you played your class way more dynamic when, a wizard could set up a wind field to, change the course trajectories of arrows and things like that. Like, that added a lot, even if you weren't one of them. And so I look forward to, seeing the chaos unfold.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't agree more. So,
Can we get Tim over here?
I don't know. Why don't we see?
Tim, can we get you over here now? Nope. I know what the Amazon server console looks like.
Okay, so yes, of course, because it's a launch day, albeit a Beta 1 launch day, things that we tested an hour ago, or even last night, something always comes up. So we're going to get back to that. Hopefully we'll see you in 8 minutes, and maybe before. So again, thank you so much. Welcome to Beta 1.
Let the killing begin!
Well, I can't top that.
It's my
See
best
ya.
Glenn Benton.
That was good.
See you in the beta.
See ya.